Hey guys, welcome to the YouTube video. Today it's going to be a update video on a few projects. And first things first is the update on the knives my good friend Tango gave me. And first things first is this Buck 4.4. I completely fixed it back up and brought it back to the original condition. And from my date code chart, this is a 1998 model. And this is one that I do not have, so I decided to keep this in my collection. And luckily, I already have a 444 that my father gave me, and I used it basically as a template to put the original shape back on the blade. Overall, it was a great project, and I'm so happy to have this in my collection. That. Next is on the fish knife, or toothpick, whichever you prefer to call it, that I got from him. And this one, again, I completely took it apart and cleaned it up and brought it back to the original condition and fixed the blade. And this one's going in my personal collection. So, next is this one. This one turned out really nice. This is that Ulster Eagle Scout camp knife that basically had no internals on the inside. It was just the blade and the can opener. And I decided to put the guts back in it, as I say. And I put a brand new bail in it, put two brand new parts in it, put a bottle opener and a leather punch, and brought it back to the original condition. Now you almost can't even tell it was the same knife. Beautiful. And since I already have one of these, I told Tango that I'm going to go ahead and sell this one since I already have one of these in my collection. And the only thing I'm sadly missing is the shield. But still, it turned out beautiful regardless, considering there was no internal parts except for the blade and the can opener. So that one I'm going to put on my eBay profile. That was an awesome project. Next is this Camilla Stockman, model 67. This one turned out really nice as well. Luckily, it still had some life left in it. And it turned out really nice. I brought the blades back to a reasonable condition and cleaned the inside and reshined the Durlin handles and the shield. And judging from my date code chart, this was made between the 60s and 70s. So this one's going in my personal collection. Again, I always love a classic Stockman. Next is this Syracuse knife that I couldn't pronounce the name of in the previous video. And originally I was going to put new handles on it, but since the original handles I didn't have replacements, so I stripped it apart and turned it into a single blade because the small blade was beyond repair. And luckily I had this set of handles in my parts bin, so I simply turned it into a single bladed pocket knife. It turned out really nice. This one I'm going to put for sale as well because this isn't a brand that I normally collect. But again, that's another good item. Next is on the two that I'm just going to strip for parts. I found out this is just an old charade knife, but it isn't really worth restoring. I'm actually just going to strip it for parts. The handles are ruined. The blade is very wobbly, as you can tell. And one of the blades is broken. So this one I'm going to strip for parts and keep what parts I can reuse and throw away what parts I can't use. There's that. And then next is this one. Again, I still wasn't able to find out anything about the brand. It said Robinson patent something. And Robinson knives are collectible, but this one's not really worth anything. It's been terribly used. The artwork is gone. And the handles can't be resalvaged. So this one I'm going to strip for parts as well. Keep what I can and throw away what I can't use. So that's all the knives my good friend Tango gave me. Thank you very much, my friend. I look forward to putting a few of those for sale and keeping those ones in my collection. Next is this one. This one my brother gave me. This is a Witnesses Sheffield eye gland, however you say it, that I fully restored. It originally was in very rough condition, and the blade was terribly rusted, so I brought it back to the original condition and redid the rosewood handles and brought it back to the original condition. Well worth it. And then my brother and I actually worked out a deal, so this is now mine. and I'm glad to add this to my collection. This one is from 1902 from what I was able to find out, and that's really awesome seeing how good a shape it's in being that old. Great knife. I look forward to adding it to my collection. I love hawkbills. Next update is on the file knife I made in the 900 subscriber part 2. I'm nearly done with it. It's turning out real nice. Like I said, I did a lot of this off camera to save me some time and save my storage in my phone. And I'm nearly done with this one. I put the good bevel on it, and it's almost sharp. I got to put it through a few more grits of sandpaper, and then it is done. And then hopefully next week I will be doing the third video. And then here's a small one for a close-up for y'all. And then I'll be moving on to the third one. Beautiful examples. And then last but not least is my good buddy Eric actually purchased this replica of Jason's machete from Freddy vs. Jason. And this originally was a cheap Walmart machete. And basically the same thing. I told him about my video that I did of the one that I already made. And of course, he purchased the other one, and I gave him kind of a good deal. So I took that other machete and made a nice replica. Hope he enjoys this. This will be getting dropped off to him Tuesday. So there's that. Anyway, that's all the updates I've got so far. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks again, Tango, for the knives, and thank you to my buddy Eric for purchasing that item. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, stay sharp.